Second half saw them turn it around. Mohamed Moustache getting an early equaliser. And then the 91st minute, Talai with a critical winner. And it's put them on course, they feel, for the knockout phase and going back to the Under-17 World Cup. Something that Egypt certainly want their own taste of, and they have put themselves in a strong position. They started with a goalless draw with Ethiopia, but came through, as Morocco did against that opponent, a 2-1 victory over Tunisia. On that occasion, they also came from a goal down. Gamal's penalty cancelling out Tabiti's earlier one in the first half. And they also struck gold late. 89th minute winner from Amir Abu El Ez. And that sees the two sides locked on 4 points at the top of the group. Head-to-head is the deciding factor, which means there will be a very interesting subplot to this match. Both sides can only go out if they lose and the team that they drew with wins. We'll keep abreast of all the permutations as and when we have live action. But simply put, win and the side is through, but a draw would take both sides into the knockout phase and into the Under-17 World Cup. Third place in the group will face a final playoff. The 4 third-place teams split into 2 matches to fight the final 2 World Cup tickets. Well, interestingly, historically, despite being 2 giants of the senior game, these sides haven't been so successful at the underage editions. Morocco have only been getting stronger of late, but it's only in the last 2 editions where they've been on the podium, and of course, they are the defending champions when they hosted last year.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome both teams, Morocco.
Different story for Egypt. They were winners back in 1997 in Botswana, 4th in 2003. But since then, they have not got out of the group stage, and they've only qualified twice, 2011 and in the last edition. So Morocco, of course, in front of their home crowd, on their home patch, and against one of their bitter rivals. But the young Pharaohs will hope to prove a point to the Atlas Cubs, and could, topping the group, yet be a big boost for Egypt. A draw would see Morocco top Group A, given they have a better goals scored. As head-to-head will be the first splitting of teams. And only after that would goal difference or goal score come into it. So the 2 teams striding out onto the Mohammed VI field. And it will now be the national anthems of both nations, Egypt and, of course, our hosts, Fierce and proud anthems. And now it's all about the action fast approaching. But one main change for Morocco's coach. And no great surprise that the man who scored the winner against Ethiopia, Imran Talai, has stepped in to the midfield. He replaces Oualid Ibn Salah. And he'll be alongside Bentaleb and Adidi. And as ever, Mohamed Moustache leading the line alongside his captain El Aoud and Rabaj. Tari at right back will have to be careful along with Ibn Salah. If he comes on, a booking could see them out of a knockout phase match. Thiago Lima Pereira certainly hopeful that his side will continue where they left off in that second half against Ethiopia. Both sides drawing their first matches. And then a draw in their second as Abdul Salim Kassim takes charge of this affair. Going through pre-match ritual. A match referee from Nigeria with assistance from his colleagues from Uganda and Tanzania. So for Egypt, the main change is that they're looking for more of the same. Amir again in goal. The back four remains as it was. They'll be looking to Gamal again to try and get amongst the goals as they look to get one over their rivals Morocco, as the Atlas Cubs defeated Egypt in the qualifying tournament. So the defending champions and hosts, 4 points after 2 games, top on Group A, just on goal difference ahead of Egypt, who also have picked up 4 points. A draw will take them both through victory, and the loser will be sweating at what's happening in the other match. Of course, a draw in the other fixture between Tunisia and Ethiopia would mean the result here will not matter. Egypt get us underway at the Mohammed VI Academy, where this tournament has been hosted. A festival of football, they've called it here in Rabat. Although the opening match for Morocco was played at the Stade Moulay Hassan, as will the semi-finals and final. Long looping ball. That's a confidence-boosting catch to start the match. Comfortably taken by the goalkeeper, Adam Elmash. Plenty of talking, and there's certainly bragging rights at stake in the UNAF qualifying. Morocco beating Egypt 2-1. Numani and El Boujoufi for Adel Allah had got an earlier equaliser. Morocco winning the UNAF group. Egypt second. Nigeria also joining their North African neighbours. So Morocco do have the psychological edge. Under the tutelage Portuguese Thiago Lima Pereira. An early chance for his young Atlas Cubs. The ball swung in high. Good clearance to the edge of the area. But Egypt struggling to clear their lines. The final effort there, bobbling well wide. There is the aforementioned Thiago Lima Pereira. He was a Portugal under-19 international himself. But it was under-17s where he made 12 appearances, so he certainly, in his own playing days, knows plenty of this level. But a career was cut short for the 31-year-old. Just a look at his opposite, Hussein Abdel Latif, experienced Egyptian youth coach with Al Ali providing the backbone as this is swung in low. A pretty comfortable clearance. Certainly the Chelsea-owned Ibrahim Rabaj, who's got the looks of a young Messi. Certainly hope to have even half the career of the Argentine superstar. Has been extremely effective for the Chelsea under-18s. 10 matches in the last 2 seasons with 6 goals and 4 assists. So keep an eye on the 17-year-old wearing the exact number. As mentioned, Al Ali forming the backbone of this Egyptian side. 8 in total. Zamalek and International. Zamalek offering a few themselves and a few players plying their trade on the international scene. All easily cut out as the defending champions looking to make sure there's no early exit. Well, Morocco reaching the quarterfinals of the Under-17 World Cup for a 2nd edition in a row. Just their 3rd, given first time they qualified was 2013. But as Moroccan football as a whole has been on the rise, so have they, although they couldn't emulate the under-20 World Cup winning side. Going out to Brazil in the last 8. Well, Egypt, though, through their coach, will be hoping to take the Pharaohs to a stage in the World Cup. Round of 32 last year in Qatar. 1997 was when they reached the quarterfinals. Another that haven't had the greatest success. Of course, there was the unveiling of the qualifying for the senior under. A great challenge there. Referee happy with that, but the Moroccan captain back to his feet, but looking a little worse for wear. El Oud. Yes, the senior AFCON 2027 qualifying groups have been announced. Morocco, Gabon, Niger, and Lesotho. Egypt will face Angola, Malawi, and South Sudan. Will there be any players here that could hope to try and force the top team manager to take a look? And of course, in Morocco terms, looking forward to the World Cup with 3 of the 4 from 1998. being reunited. Morocco, Brazil, and Scotland, along with Haiti. Opportunity for Rabaj to show his trickery. Can't get his cross out though. And Egypt think it came back off the winger. The officials agree. It will be interesting in years to come. Mohamed Ouabi taking over from Walid Reagui as coach, who led the under-20 side to the world title in Chile. What might that mean to youngsters trying to push their way into the picture? Too soon, of course, for World Cup upcoming. Youngsters always dream that they can make the step up sooner than later. Pereira talked about his side trying to control things. Certainly had an element of control, but the final ball letting them down again. So far, it's been a strong showing from Egypt's goalkeeper, Malik Amirousan. Keeping a clean sheet on match day one. And of course, one concession to Tunisia, but ultimately victory assured, with both these teams scoring late 2-1 victories, which have given them the advantage in trying to progress. As things stand, both Morocco, Egypt will advance to the knockout phase and a place at the Under-17 World Cup. A long way to go. Still goalless so far between Tunisia and Ethiopia. Chance to deliver, and they find better accuracy. Instead it goes low into midfield. Stepping forward from the back, Rabaj takes it. And it looked to be meant for another. And there is on the ball Ayman Tari, the only one on a yellow card. Warning, tightrope being walked. We hope to not miss out on the first knockout round. Baj offers short, but it goes long instead. Mohamed Moustache putting pressure on. It's picked up by Bentaleb. Ball round the corner. Egypt struggling to clear their lines. But while they didn't there, free kick, not the most surprising outcome. Well, Imran Talai is the one putting the pressure on. Mohamed Moustache, I think, would have been offside anyway for the midfielder. It's a little bite of Safwat. Talai getting the injury time winner against Ethiopia on the books at Ajax Amsterdam. Plenty of Moroccan talent. France, Belgium, and the Netherlands, and as shown in clubs they're at. Mohamed Abid Zinbi, the left back, representing Anderlecht. Adam Sudi, centre back, on the books at Toulouse. And now it's Mehdi Aimoul, who takes a scan of what's in front. Looks for the big switch of play, but he didn't get the height he wanted. Morocco happy to recycle with El Mash. Press from Egypt forces him to kick long. Mohamed Moustache tries to protect the ball, but he can't. Ball breaks for Rabaj. Good cover. The clearance wasn't the best from Abdallah Amir. Elmo Karim. In the end, it arrived at the feet of their number 10, Ahmed Safwat El Jaziri. Key attacking threat. Safwat on the book at the White Knights of Zamalek. Down the line by Gamal Attia. Morocco now, well, forced back is Tari. Nice little 1-2. And then tried to cut back. Both teams fully committed. All a little bit of keepy uppies on the head. Eventually ruled that Ilian Adidi and managed to keep it in. Scored in the draw against Tunisia. Send it here with an Egypt throw. Gamal Attia. Gamal down the line. It's a lovely ball back inside. Really good exchange, and now Suleiman wants to make a shooting angle, but he plays it off. So unfortunate. Youssef Othman El Said just couldn't keep it close enough to get his shot away, although the flag has belatedly gone up. Does look to be a pretty clear decision. Morocco might have been happy enough to play on. Free kick opportunity for Egypt. Saw one go nowhere really for Morocco earlier. Well, clattering into each other, Abdelhamim and El Mokadim. Fullback El Mokadim certainly come off the worst. A little bit of concern. Looks like favorite to take this will be Mohamed Gamal Attia. Just hoping there's no major problems for Amir. No tension given out. Now an opportunity to deliver from the set piece opportunity. Ball swung in, straight into the grateful hands of El Mash. Looking for a quick ball out. It's a frustrating opportunity missed for the young Pharaohs. Morocco with a bit of space to work in. Rabaj wanted it right. Instead, well cut out but given away cheaply. Morocco come again. Anywhere will do, but it doesn't get very far. Egypt just looking to test the back line. They do look a little bit hurried, but in the end, Mohamed Suleiman penalised for the foul. Good strength from Adam Sudi. Rabaj plucks it out of the sky beautifully, and then the first time ball is a good one, and the finish is quality. Magic from Morocco, and they take the lead in the battle of the North African giants. The home crowd certainly enjoyed that. And what magic. What a touch this is from Chelsea's Rabaj. And then first time releases Moustache. And after scoring the equaliser against Ethiopia on match day 2, he struck the opener in the group's final match. Early on, Morocco heading for top of Group A and a place at the Under-17 World Cup. Well, Rabaj wants his side to keep their heads. They're now just checking if Moustache was onside. That's why Rabaj knew he had to play it quickly. The goal is given. Well, what a bit of magic from Rabaj. And Moustache making sure that it paid dividends. The Moroccan Messi showing that it's not just his look that's got people excited. London-born youngster. You wonder, given Chelsea's strategy, promoting youth, with Xabi Alonso taking over in the summer, what will be the path for Rabaj as Egypt look to hit back? They do win it back on the edge of the area. It's clipped into the back post and it's just behind. It could have been an opportunity to equalise. Really well recycled. Now clipped forward. That's beautifully taken on the chest. Waiting for his El Said. Dummies the cross. Now he digs it out. Header away, but only as far as Suleiman. Now with Gamal skipping through. Big challenge from Sudi. Just as Gamal Atia is looking to pull the trigger. Great footwork. Sudi, heavily strapped knee and all, fully committed. They're looking for marking. Almash comfortably comes and collects. And now Morocco on the break. Rabaj wants the switch. It's held on for. It's now released. And here's the young man they've all come to see. It's the target that's straight at Amir. Egypt just want to make sure things don't get out of hand. At the moment, it's okay for the young Pharaohs' defeat. Could yet still see them through. Tunisia and Ethiopia Currently still goalless, which means Egypt would join Morocco in the knockout phase. Egypt again have the ball turned over. The flag might come up this time, but for now we'll play on. Moustache drives it across. Excellent clearance, but now the flag will go up, given the play and the attack have ended. And he's really shown excellent aptitude to run off the ball. Moustache. Now 2 for this under-17 AFCON. And this, as we see, perfectly timed for Rabaj to find him. He has the keeper coming, just slotted it under. Cool as you like. So he joins Yassine Abed of Algeria and Razaki Lendi with 2 goals in the tournament. As the 3 best scorers in this early stage. Well, 2 having to try and make sure the clearance is completed. Salem and Hassan making sure there wasn't a bigger threat. Masudi just about to exchange with Malmoul. Just a bit of a concern for one of their teammates. Zimbi pushing high up the field, but the Anderlecht youngster stayed down for the moment. Well, he is going to get treatment. Whether they're going to have to look to their bench. So a reminder, the top 2 in each group, not just qualifying for the quarterfinals, but an automatic place at the FIFA Under-17 World Cup in Qatar 2026, now an annual event along with this AFCON Under-17. More chances for young talent to develop, particularly at the international level. Under-20 World Cup remaining as the continental tournaments as well at 2 years. More opportunities for the under-17 to really get in the international groove. So far, it's Morocco who are getting stronger and stronger as the competition proceeds. Hussein Abdel Latif will be hoping his Egyptian side can ride the storm a little. He did trail to Morocco in qualifying before hitting back with a leveler, only losing by 2 goals to 1. But they're just struggling at the moment to keep tabs. Takes on the chest, Moustache, good strength, drives it across. It could have been a neat header at the back post for the captain, El Aoud. Tucking in brilliantly, Salem getting it away. Launched long. Egypt lacking a little bit of confidence and clarity of thought. We've seen plenty of that so far from Morocco. Well, Moustache has certainly been impressive on the books at Leuven in Belgium. He's got Valencia's El Aoud, the captain, to his left, and Chelsea's Rabaj to his right. And it's making for a very exhilarating front 3. Egypt want to show similar. Oh, there's frustration there for Abdel Wahab. He wanted the ball back. It didn't come. There's just a few problems for the young Pharaohs in white. Egypt drew 0-0 with Ethiopia. So at the moment, the only result that would see them go out is if Ethiopia can get ahead against Tunisia. A 1-0 scoreline for Ethiopia, including this result, would mean they would go above the Pharaohs on goal difference. As for now, results mean they're safe. Good strength from Zimbi, who seems to be okay after his earlier knock. Some very light calls for a penalty. Of course, we do have the football support system. FVS, football video support. And the referee can decide he wants another look at something. If it's something like a factual of offside, as we saw, and Moustache, his goal was checked. The fourth official can take care of that for the referee from the screen on the side of the pitch between the two benches. And 2 cards apiece for the coaches. As long as their challenges are successful, they'll keep them. Otherwise, unsuccessful ones, they will lose them. So starting with 2, but only for major decisions. Whether it's a goal, red card, penalty. But what a run this is from Sudi, the Toulouse defender. Goes down in the box, he now gets hit by his own teammate. El Aoud trying to fire through. Well, just stepping forward and going on a merry dance. Just held up there. Finally, a challenge in from Salem. And Hassan Abdel coming across, but then Sudi letting his defensive nature come into play, and more like a frustrated goalkeeper after a frustrated defender roaming forward. Adam Sudi currently with Toulouse under 19 side. Through the CNA system, did join up with France under 16s, but it's now been a regular with the under 17 Morocco side since February 2025. One of those ones played at the under 17 AFCON, but did not get selected for the World Cup as the free kick sneaks by. 30 minutes gone, and ambitious certainly. Centre back Mohamed Youssef taking it on. El Mash not looking overly stressed. So 1-0. Mohamed Moustache twizzling as he was set free by Rabaj. And now looks to challenge for the ball. The Egyptian bench calling for a card. It's never a great look. Youssef Othman El Said really going down and feeling something on the head. Oh, it's unfortunate as he skipped over Tari. Fortunately, Saeed is okay. So earlier today, Cameroon winning by a goal to nil. That was enough to see them qualify second behind Côte d'Ivoire after their 2-2 draw with Uganda. The latter taking third spot, so they'll be in the World Cup playoff. Cameroon and Côte d'Ivoire move on with our DR Congo knocked out. Group A turn to finish up after Group B. Of course, Group C and Group D will be decided tomorrow. Tanzania already qualified with 2 wins from 2. Mali, Mozambique and Angola all fighting it out for second and third. Just 1 point between the 3. Then in Group D, it's very tight. Algeria top with 4. South Africa and Senegal both with 3 points apiece. And Ghana with just the single point. Here, Morocco lead by a goal to nil. Question is, can Egypt hit back as they did in qualifying? Ultimately, it did fall to defeat. Morocco with a terrific run. The Under-17 World Cup, beaten in the end by Brazil in the quarterfinals. Portugal would eventually win their first Under-17 World Cup crown. Of course, there'll be a rematch, but in the Senior World Cup between Morocco and Brazil in the group stage. Egypt looking to hit back. The block just taking any sting off the effort. Good drive. And strike from Ziri. Didn't get a bit of luck there, the Zamalek youngster. Better from Egypt as El Said skips inside, taken down. Wonderful play. Rabaj just clipping the winger. Now can they hit back despite being second best? Egypt only trailed by 1. Yusuf swings it into a great area. But just when the ball was there and a free header, Hassan couldn't quite readjust. In the end, I think it's come off his shoulder, potentially. Well, he does head it, but easily clearing the bar. Just couldn't quite read the flight of the ball, but that's pinched back by the young Pharaohs. Superb defending though. Tari making sure that El Naziri couldn't get away, but in the end, Morocco frustrated. And it's gone for a corner kick. Ahmed Sawat. Naziri certainly won't mind. Short corner. Back to Egypt's number 10. Swings it in. Dangerous ball. Can they keep it alive here with Gamal? But he's given it away. Does so well to win it back because it could have been a break for Morocco. The 2 sevens at loggerheads. But Egypt come away with it. The ball just missing out its target, and Rabaj tries to get Moustache in again. Brilliant defending from Hassan. And it could have been a real disaster at the back. End-to-end stuff.
Oh, sweet child of mine.
Morocco fortunate, bounce back their way, and now they look to make Egypt pay. Chance to drill it across. Skipping, dancing, brilliant front, Zimbi. Oh, and just when Rabaj thought he could leave it for someone else, there's a white shirt behind him, and now Egypt are in. What an opportunity the other end, Solomon! What a recovery challenge. And the big moment has come and gone for the Pharaohs. Well, what a ball this is. From the halfway line, he won the foot race. And in the end, what a recovery challenge it is. Not giving up on it. And Emamul saving the day. Just when it looked to be his moment, Mohamed Solomon. It remains Morocco 1, Egypt 0. I mentioned that Morocco, it's actually their opener, will be against Brazil in Group C, but plenty of excitement in Group G, where Egypt will take on Belgium, Iran, and New Zealand. Mo Salah hoping to lead the Pharaohs to a merry dance in North America. You saw the bottom of your screen, reminder of the current situation in the group. It remains a situation that Egypt be okay with, but the fact that an Ethiopian goal could put them out, they're not resting on the laurels. They've proven they can cut through this Moroccan side. Just been a little bit braver, a little bit more competitive. And it was a little bit too easy for the Atlas Cubs in the first half an hour. Contest warming up nicely. Just over 5 minutes before the halftime break. Lovely touch and turn, but that's an even better challenge, although the referee hasn't agreed. He made up such great yardage there to put the challenge in Fuda. To have won the ball cleanly. Didi getting the benefit of the doubt. Well, there's going to be a FVS here, video support checking. Not sure what the check's for. We'll just find out now. So there is a card in the fourth official's hand. That means there is one from one of the coaches. And is it that Morocco wants a penalty? I don't imagine we're going to see much from here. Abdel Hassan certainly wrestling with Moustache. And Portuguese coach of the young Atlas Cubs, Pereira, having made the challenges, the coaches that will make them, not the players, even if they can obviously scream their opinions at their bench. Feels like it might be a bit of a waste of a challenge, but they've asked the question, and now it's up to our matchday referee to make a decision.
After the on-field review, there was no foul committed by any player.
Not a great surprise. Abdul Salim Kasim of Nigeria certainly gave it the respect that the challenge deserved, but nothing to be seen there from two players wrestling. So Pereira learning, he's a card down. 2 challenges down to 1 for Morocco because it was an unsuccessful one. So 1 left for the Atlas Cubs, 2 remaining for the Pharaohs. If during the knockout phases in extra time an extra challenge will be added, but of course, we will be just playing the regulation 90 plus stoppage time. And as it stands, it's Morocco who lead after Moustache's terrific first-time finish, after Rabage's great 1-2 to set him through. Tunisia and Ethiopia remaining goalless in their match. And as it is, it's the Ethiopians that can really turn up the pressure on Egypt. They go ahead against Tunisia in the live standings, they would be second, given that they drew. Therefore, it would go to goal difference. Ball over the top, Moustache on the move again. This time Hussein gets there first. Actually, over simplified it. It would be interesting if Ethiopia were one up, only because it would mean Egypt and Ethiopia would both have 2 goals scored, 2 conceded, 4 points each. Of course, they drew with each other, so it could get more complicated, but it also does mean Egypt can't afford risking a heavy defeat to Morocco. So Hussein's intervention there, all the more important in the match itself, importantly in what could eventually be deciding factors of who qualifies out of Group A. At the moment for Morocco, simply put, they would have to concede twice, and Tunisia win their game to risk heading out of the competition. Of course, Morocco and Egypt guaranteed at the very minimum 3rd place, and an opportunity to qualify for the Under-17 World Cup via a playoff. And that is not something either nation will want to ponder. So Mohamed Moustache, joint top scorer for Pereira's side with his 2nd of the tournament. So far they've shown more and more of what we expect in terms of being one of the major favourites. One of the big performers that have impressed. Tanzania, certainly a side well worth checking out. Morocco back into action. Sudi. Looking for a crossing angle. Cuts inside. Zebi. Egypt get the decision, and we have just 2 minutes added on at the end of a very
Don't upload your videos to YouTube, upload to Restream, where we will live stream it to YouTube and
make things happen. It just happens that Morocco are the ones who had that huge moment of class, quick, incisive passing from one end to the other, and a 1-0 lead. This little ball back from Adidi. Trying to take the sting out of things as Moustache blocks it. Then the ball's played over the top. What a chance for 2! And it's taken with aplomb. Well, Mohamed Moustache and Imran Talai were their ones to turn a 1-0 scoreline into a 2-1 victory over Ethiopia. And the two have both struck here in the first half as Morocco lead Egypt by 2-0. What a huge goal that could prove to be. Morocco look assured of top spot in Group A at this early stage, but his moustache blocking the ball back to El Aoud. The captain lifted it over, and Talai, who stepped into the starting 11 after being a match-winning substitute on match day 2. He doesn't want to lose his starting jersey. Cool as you like to slot home past Hussein, and Morocco in control. Bad news for Egypt. If Ethiopia can lead against Tunisia, as it is, it's Morocco and Egypt who are on course for the quarterfinals and a place at the Under-17 World Cup in Qatar. Tunisia will finish in 3rd place for the playoff, but things can change. And now, a 1-0 victory for Ethiopia could make it curtains. The Under-17 AFCON for Egypt. The halftime whistle sounds. It's been competitive, but Morocco have had the edge, and their goal scorers from match day 2 have struck again, but they didn't wait until the second half. Rabaj slipping through Moustache with a wonderful 1-2 touch in, and then Talai released by El Aoud after a good layoff from Moustache. And the young Pharaohs with a mountain to climb as the Atlas Cubs have gone into a commanding 2-0 halftime lead.
شيء ايه يلا يا كنا قاعدين نلعب
So Egypt with an early change as they look to try and change the script that for the moment is not going to knock them out, but it could yet, depending on results elsewhere. So heading off El Said. So 2-0 at the break, Morocco through Moustache and Talai. Their creative hubs, Rabaj and El Aoud, the captain, with the assists. The cry to take their time. And Morocco looking to rush to get forward. So Morocco leading by 2-0. Morocco leading Egypt. Need the result in the other match to go their way. So the two changes. Mohamed Soliman had that great chance blocked off when he was sent through from the halfway line. Number 9's head off, as well as number 13, Othman El Said. Well, this is an opportunity right on as substitutes who have come on. Number 17, Abdelaziz Khaled Said of El Ali. Another from the self-named club of the century. And also Ziad Sudi Omar, wearing number 14. And it was El Mokhtim who was sent flying, and a booking for Toulouse's Sudi. Stay down for now. They'll be hoping he's back to his feet and they can really put the pressure on El Mash, the Moroccan goalkeeper. So still goalless between Tunisia and Ethiopia. We're just a couple of minutes ahead of this match. Could be important come the finale. As things stand, both these nations going through to the knockout phase. But Egypt don't want to look to others. Can they hit back right to the start of the second half? Morocco clear, and then the follow-up is well, looked to be well away and over. Almost curled into a pass. Galam clipping it in, and then it's a long way away from Fouda. Sudi, dangerous ball out that hasn't worked out. Great strength shown to protect the ball. Sawat, though, in the end didn't have pass to play as Moustache felt he kept it in. The referee and the linesman disagree. He thought he was clipped by El Aoud. The young Pharaoh's getting on with it. And early pressure is what they need. More than that, they need goals. Now, as things stand, the hosts Morocco will face off against Cameroon on the 24th of May, an 8 p.m. kickoff local time. As a wonderful overhead kick out of nowhere has brought Egypt back into the match. Outrageous. Well, what a moment for Ziad Soudiouar. The young Pharaohs, with this looping cross, seemed to be set for the defense, but a bicycle kick driving Egypt to half the deficit and produce a firecracker at the start of the second half. Well, that could be a vital goal. Also in getting Egypt back into the contest. Well, he just made contact with Amemul and then produced the improvisation. He's made this 2-1. This could be bad news. El Mokadim injured for a free kick that really started the pressure. And he's been forced off. At the moment, Egypt down to 10, but Ziad Soudi with an outrageous finish. One of the goals of the tournament. And it is Morocco 2, Egypt 1. Morocco were just going to try and see through the half. This will have forced them to try and rediscover their best for the first half, but Egypt suddenly with their tails up. Lovely little reverse, and the ball played across. Oh, it would have been a tap-in. El Mash with a vital touch. Otherwise, that was 2-all. We're still waiting to get Adam Ghazali on. The ball comes to the near post, tough finish, but looking for that top corner. They think there was a handball in all this. No, you can see just pulling his hand away was the youngster Rabaj, but he's going to take a chance on a challenge here. Unless they, it's actually potentially a foul that the Pharaohs bench are looking for. Wait to see when the FVS is brought into action. But Morocco had a challenge that went nowhere in the first half for a potential penalty. Now Egypt are hoping to be more successful. Well, first off, no offside. So that's cleared up that quickly enough. This is the ball across. Question is it a handball or is it a foul from Zimbi? This is a late burst to provide a chance here. Not sure. It looks like there's enough contact from the fullback. We are getting a clearer picture here. And certainly went down and wanted something. And ultimately, it's up to them to decode the situation. Well, taking an awful long time over this one, but we will now have a decision.
After the on-field review, there was no foul committed by the defender.
Well, they wanted to make sure they gave it enough of a look, but it didn't seem as if there was much in the way of a foul. El Mash His touch was the vital one. And it remains 2-1 and no penalty. Morocco still lead the group. Egypt remains second because Tunisia and Ethiopia are still at goalless draw. And Egypt, though, are absolutely bombing forward. They've got the bit between their teeth. Morocco just trying to ride out the storm. Rabaj cuts into space, looking for the options. He's going to chase this, Zimbi, but he does get there. The athletic fullback, as he lays it off to Bentaleb. So you can see the substitute. And now Rabaj, not sure who he saw, because that's clipped behind. Daniel Tamir Abelzain, where number 11 has come on to replace the injured Mamoukhdim. So 3 changes and 2 sub windows used by Egypt. Just the one left with 2 to make. Morocco yet to make a change. You wonder if they might consider one, given how tough it's been in this second half. Foul against Abdelalim, the captain of Morocco, El Aoud. Atlas Cubs just taking the sting out of this somewhat. They still do ultimately lead by 2-1. They never would have expected it to be easy against their North African neighbours. Moustache and Talai in the first half. Saud with an incredible overhead kick. And now it could have been an own goal. It's eventually making sure he sliced it away from danger. Taking it off the boot of Said for the corner kick. Well, concerns for Tari. Had to worries for opposite fullback Zimbi the first half. Tari, the only player in the starting 11 at risk of picking up a booking and therefore suspension. His continuation in this match appears now to be over. So the 2 players being readied, Luis Veliez, Ayman Ezariki. That's a blow for the young fullback. So Luis Veliez on the books at Alaves, under 19s in Spain. Born in Spain, but has been part of the Morocco setup quite a while now. He comes on to see the number 25.
Substitution for both teams. Player out number 16, Imran Talai. Representing number 25, Luis.
It's taken a little bit longer to get the fellow sub on. Now, finally joining the action, Zarki. So 2 subs on as Egypt in the corner. They'll get another chance here. 2 poor deliveries. Morocco, they thought they'd saved the corner, but El Aoud shows his frustration. Aima Ezarki at AM Football, Mohammed's 6th academy, so he'll know this home pretty well. As his goalkeeper loses the ball and eventually gets hands to it. Dangerous ball whipped in right on the goalkeeper. He was under pressure. Eventually does get some assistance from the referee. Morocco certainly feeling the pressure. It certainly wasn't this incessant in the first half. Confirmation that Talai, whose goal at the moment separates the sides, he went off for Ezarki with Liez on for the injured Tari. Lovely slide and challenge, wins it back for Morocco from Adidi. Plenty of shouts for Sudi. See, trying to marshal that back line that's been creaking a bit, but ultimately still holding the lead, 2-1. Big switch of play. Into the way by Hossein. Oh, what a run this is. A lovely cut to find Zimbi. Just cross away, but well blocked. Past the hour mark. Morocco have not threatened in this second half. Maybe hoping to sit on what they had, but they now realize they can't do that. Bentaleb played somebody who wasn't there, but works on the press, but that's allowed space for Egypt now to break. So trying to get it through, but Morocco closing off the passing lane. It's up by Fouda. Frustration there for the young Pharaohs. 1997 champions. They've not had any luck since it's under 17 AFCON. As it is, that goal could be absolutely critical for Egypt, because as things stand, if Ethiopia were to lead against Tunisia, the Pharaohs, despite losing, would go through on goals scored. So Ethiopia, as it stands, need to win by 2 clear goals or a high-scoring 1-0 win to try and knock Egypt out. And given it's still 0-0 after an hour, doesn't seem likely, but Egypt don't want to look for favours when they can try and not only get level here, but even try and win the group. Long way back though, but they're trying their best. Wonderful skills, the break of the ball. Morocco eventually get enough of a block in. But this is night and day from Egypt's performance in the first half. Superb run and skill from Omar. And then it was taken over by Saeed. But Sudi stepping up to block his path. Stayed down, Omar. The staff in conversation. I wonder exactly what they've discussed and decided upon. We're still down. Well, I think they're saying his match is run. Ziad Sudi Omar, who scored a quite stunning overhead kick. Might be now that there's an issue, but what Egypt wants is a penalty, and they're going to risk the last of their challenges on this. Ziad Saudi came off the bench, scored an overhead kick 3 minutes later, and now has he been fouled in the box? Lovely triangle here. Ball then returned here when it came out. This was just wonderful wing skill and play. Is there a foul here? Does get a slight touch on the ball, you would have thought. Amemul. But does he catch the player as he tries to touch it round? Well, Egypt have put their eggs in this basket because if they don't get a penalty here, they're out of challenges. And if something else happens during the match, they're not going to be able to do much about it.
After the on-field review, there was no foul committed by the defender.
Once again, Egypt have tried and failed. They are now out of challenges. This is where the challenge system really adds tension, because if something dramatic happens, the final 23 minutes, he can't do anything about it. But his team can on the field as they continue to push for an equaliser. Still no goals in the other match. So at the moment, it's purely a battle of wits between these two. At the moment, a draw would mean Morocco would still win the group based on goals scored. And they started the night with more goals than the young Pharaohs. But an equaliser could put top spot back into question. Oh, El Mashi's lost it! And then he's found it like a gift from the heavens. How has that not gone in? The goalkeeper didn't know where it was. But Zimbi was the first to make contact. And that saved the day as it just missed the head of the defender Hassan. Now, challenge coming in as a late one, but the referee playing a good advantage. The first ball never quite worked out. So 2-1. It's anything but a comfortable advantage. Morocco have hardly threatened in the second half. Archetypal game of two halves, but here's Rabaj to try and bring the place to light. Trying to find the far corner. He was not far away. Well, the London-born Moroccan star certainly doing his messy impressions, but just couldn't quite net the third. Well, that certainly seems to have brought the Atlas Cubs back to life. Can they quell the Egyptian fight back? Oh, coming back into trouble. Saudi. Oh, that was almost presented to El Said. Elmash has had a good game, but there's just a couple of moments. And if Egypt were a little sharper, might have already got their leveler. Ball played it behind Elmash again, but comfortable in taking it, well positioned. Now a chance as Egypt knocking at the door, but can they break it down? Trying the reverse ball, but rolls finally for Hussein. Now it's a lovely 1-2. Morocco just desperately trying to find a clearance. Egypt to win it back. Oh, that's not the best of challenges. Both players stay down. But it's Sudi who certainly taking a risk on a booking, the centre back. Went to ground. And it's Safwat who's want to win the free kick. Now, interesting thing, to be in a situation where Egypt wanted a challenge. They can't now. So I think a free kick more than enough for Egypt. So the substitute, Zayn. They've already got one back from a stunning overhead kick. That delivery, not what they needed. Chance to clear the danger, Sudi. That'll do nicely. Now a chance to cross from the byline. Is there a finisher here? Headed away by Hassan. The eventual shot was dribbling wide, but Hussein wants to get on with things. Tried to volley it out of the sky. Never got hold of it truly. Well, Egypt just taking a big intake of breath as they look for one final push. They lost 2-1 in the qualifying tournament to Morocco. They looked like losing again, despite a hugely improved and impressive second half performance. Morocco have steadied the ship a little bit. Rabaj with an excellent effort, flashed wide, but otherwise it's been almost all Egypt. Now they're coming back to life. The Atlas Cubs, Bentaleb firing, but deflected. Oh, was there a nudge there? Easy decision, which provides a chance for Egypt to launch it. Moustache not too much in the way of subtlety. Hasn't been able to get involved as he did in the first half. A goal after being set free by Rabaj, and then laying it back for Captain El Aoud to play through for the now substitute Talai. But after 3 minutes after coming on as a sub, Ziad Sudi with a stunning overhead kick. The young Pharaohs have just been unable to add to that as they look to their bench again. So heading off, number 21, Omar Mohamed Fouda, Amir Zafran Abulez heading on at the Syria Club Academy of AC Monza. Oh, this could be a penalty. And that's where Egypt might have wanted to have a challenge. The referee saying no, as did the wagging finger of Zimbi. But that certainly was a better claim than the other two they challenged on. Doesn't mean it would have been given, but they now can't even ask the question. Zimbi runs himself into trouble, not once but twice. Lovely cut in from Abdouzayin, hits the target. Not enough for either to be pushed out. Tamir Zafran will find the back of the net. So still goalless in the other game. Tunisia, of course, wanted to make sure they didn't lose to make their way into the playoffs. They would have needed Morocco to lose tonight in order to try and qualify. Ethiopia, as it is, going to need at least a couple of goals to make Egypt sweat. And we're in towards the final 10 minutes. As things stand, Morocco will go through as Group A winners. That will see them face off against Cameroon on pitch 8. Côte d'Ivoire seem to be awaiting the clash with Egypt. Certainly West African countries who have dominated under 17 AFCON in terms of victories. 11 of the 15 titles have gone their way. These, the two North African winners. And it could have been a clincher there for Morocco to win this game. Zimbi into the box, but only clipping the side netting. Well, here's the man who scored the last time the sides met in qualifying. Now having lost superiority in the starting 11 to this man, Moustache, after he got his second goal of the tournament, second in successive matches. It's his jersey to lose. Lumani on for the final 10 minutes. Egypt haven't given up hope of finding an equaliser. Launch ball, Zimbi under it. Getting to the ball first. Has been the big change for Egypt. Oh, is there a foul off the ball? They've played on. And now swung in with real venom. The header down, but it's just snuck wide. Well, in some ways, there may not be anything material for Egypt to fight for, but they've got plenty of pride. They don't want to be losing to their bitter rivals again, as they did in qualifying. So far, it still remains Morocco with this goal advantage. So Mali, Ghana, Nigeria, and the Gambia, all with 2 titles each. Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, and Senegal having also won it for a Wafu West African country. Rabaj going between 2 and winning a free kick. For UNAF in North Africa, Morocco and Egypt, the title each. Of course, the Atlas Cubs only managing their first last year on home soil. Egypt way back in 1997. The only other winner, Cameroon, for UNIFAC of Central Africa. Is there going to be a new champion, as there has been in the last 2 editions? Senegal in 2023, Morocco in 2025. Or is it going to be one of the old boys? And given that Senegal and Morocco are now winners of the competition, it's certainly stacked towards a repeat winner. Although when you see how well Tanzania have played, the first country to qualify after just 2 games, it's going to be a fascinating quarterfinals onwards. But it's already fascinating for Morocco. A brilliant first half. They've been second best in the second. But they could have settled the match there had there been a better final pass. Trying to finish strongly. Wanted to clip in behind, but Zimbi never get on the end of that pass. Pass from Adidi. Adidi now stretching. Breaks to him. The challenge of Saeed. Now he finds El Aoud. Captain skips inside. Still playing on. Could have been a free kick once, twice. He gets his shot away. He will win a corner. Great determination from the young captain. On the books at Valencia. 16-year-old with 11 goals in 31 appearances previously for the under-17s, born in Zaragoza. Another who has committed his future to Morocco. Ball swung in by Rabaj, flicked away. Good ball whipped in. It's a very good defensive header under pressure. El Alud, they see there, great run. He had a brilliant U17 World Cup. 4 goals against Mali in the round of 16. Here he is again. He's already had assists in each of the previous 2 matches. He added another one here, which created what looks to be the winner. He couldn't hold on to the ball there, but he wins it. Well, I thought he might be in a position to pick up that loose ball. Maybe a bit optimistic. Egypt running out of time if they want a leveler. So Morocco trying to hold on. Elmash, well, he's done well there because he tried to kick straight down the pitch. Chances of a block. Bouncing past him. Took no chances and found touch. The final few minutes of the group stage in Group A. Spread out wide by Youssef. Early ball whipped in. The header from Saeed, but it goes well wide. Now, he'll be so proud of how Egypt have responded in the second half. Certainly been so much better from Hussein Abdel Latif's youngsters. Ultimately, stunning first half as Morocco in this winning position. Tunisia look to be heading into the playoff for the Under-17 World Cup, given they are currently goalless with Ethiopia and they've scored a goal more. Ball swung in, but it beats everyone. At this stage, a late Ethiopian winner would at least see them play out for the Under-17 World Cup. Oh, what an opportunity! Elmash again, getting down low. Sudi completes the clearance. He's trying to read the pass back, Limani. Good header, Rabaj under this, but Egypt winning the ball back. And another assault on the Moroccan goal. Player down, referee not interested. This was the wicked delivery in. Just couldn't get that near post touch, Saeed. Elmash, his defense repelling. Another bit of pressure from the Pharaohs.
As an e-discovery attorney, it's been very exciting to see the law developing in this area where we used to be just reviewing documents in boxes. We're now involved in C-suite level decisions about strategy, which have measurable effects on the outcome of matters. Clients have
on the ball back, but maybe helped out by Egyptian defender catching that as Zimbi doesn't escape punishment. Yellow card. Can Egypt produce another moment of magic they got from their substitute? Just 3 minutes after he stepped onto the pitch, Ziad Soudi over a kick after 49 minutes. And they've continued to knock at the door of an equaliser. A couple of challenges for penalties that never came. Third penalty shout that they couldn't challenge. So 5 minutes for Egypt to find a late equaliser. Working so hard to make this opportunity happen, but just having to run through too many red shirts. Was it a slip or a push? Referee's whistle tells us a slip. Zimbi. Out by Feriez. And now spread by Bentaleb. It's a lovely ball. Encourages Azarki. Rabaj. Lovely quick feet. Shoots for goal. Not a million miles away. El Aoud, I think, would have wanted a cross. I understand why Chelsea youngster decided to take it on. It wasn't a million miles away. So final throw of the dice. Off goes defender Adam Mohamed Yusuf. Khalid Mukhtar Musa on for the injury time left as they push for a late leveler. Looks to be a repeat of the scoreline the last time the sides met in under 17 qualifying. Oh, why Egypt desperate to play on there. Instead, Morocco able to get back into shape. And now a substitution. I'm sure that could have gone much worse for the side chasing a leveler. So late change, Yahya Saidi coming on for the captain El Aoud, who's now got an assist in each of his 3 appearances at this tournament. After a stunning World Cup performance and taking over the Moroccan captaincy, he and El Rabaj particularly, huge futures. Well, Adidi is also heading off. Charging on Adam Ilaki. Now it's attack against defence, more or less. 2 minutes left of the 5, and it's flicked just over the bar. Well, there was just an intake of breath around the Mohammed VI Academy. The ball whipped in with quality. Just when it fell onto his head, Musa, who's only just come on, couldn't drop it in. Is that their last big chance? No wonder Lumani was celebrating, as Morocco looked to celebrate second straight win, and by 2-1. And the same goal scorers, Moustache and the midfielder Talai, who again looks to be the match winner. Rabaj plucks that out of the sky, but he can't get away. Is there a foul? Referee's whistle stays silent. Morocco and Egypt are both qualifying for the quarterfinals. Ethiopia, though, have got a goal, and that could make things very interesting. But at the moment, it's not enough to deny Egypt a place in the last 8. Ethiopia need another late goal. So it means suddenly there is a bit of jeopardy for the Pharaohs, although Mispah's winner looks to have come too late for Ethiopia to save their AFCON. But it does mean they'll have a chance to earn a place at the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. Well, there's an offside. Tense moments. Only another Ethiopian goal would knock Egypt out, or this defeat will be a hurt to their pride, but nothing much more. There is a full-time whistle. Well, Egypt are waiting for the full-time result in Ethiopia, but one thing is clear: Morocco have won again, and they have topped Group A. But how they had to fight to hold on to the 2-0 lead they'd established in the first half. Mustache and Talai again netting, this time in the first half. But what an introduction from Zaid Sudi Omar. An overhead kick to beat El Mash straight after the halftime break. But in the end, despite all their pressure, they couldn't hit back. It's ended here. Morocco 2, Egypt 1. As things stand, both are qualifying for the quarterfinals, but we're waiting for a full-time whistle in the match between Ethiopia and Tunisia. Well, all smiles for Ben Taleb, who's taken the Man of the Match award as he finished with the captain's armband after El Aoud was substituted.
Yeah, it was beautiful. في الانجلي ولا في العربيه؟ ذاك الماتش كان مزيان الحمد لله، ربحنا هديه مهمه والحمد لله. دابا دزنا كوب دو موند، ودابا ان شاء الله نمشيو باش نلعبوا ماتش ان شاء الله باش نربحوها ان شاء الله. الحمد لله كل شيء تخاطر ودار الجهد ديالو باش نغلبوا هذا الماتش، والحمد لله ربحنا هذا الماتش وهذه مهمه بزاف. شكرا.
So as mentioned, a great result to get through to the quarterfinals, but even bigger confirmation that Morocco are going back to the Under-17 World Cup, and they are likely going with Egypt, but there's still a bit of stress and strain. They are still in deep into injury time in the match between Tunisia and Ethiopia, the latter chasing a goal that would put them through and Egypt out. But as things stand, the young Pharaohs will join Morocco in the quarterfinals as well as the Under-17 World Cup after an enthralling matchup. Plenty of efforts, although they're only 7 on target.
To ensure that Brazil
m'appelle Azam, je viens de Bérénice, Simone. Je suis fière d'être la première qui vient du Maroc, Simone. Je suis fière d'être la première.
Bon après-midi, chers amis internautes. Ici, Majela Miguel Boc de la Jwel Team. Je suis en direct du stade militaire de Bambéré qui se remplit progressivement avec les supporters.